It's homecoming week at Jamestown High School, and from Charlotte and Gordon Hanson Stadium, we've got Friday Night Lights once again as the Jamestown High School Blue Jays, the number one team in 11A, welcome in the Watford City Wolves for homecoming. I'm Jaron Matheny with you here on Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400, streaming online tonight with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Our sports video on YouTube is being presented by Gun and Reel Sports, as well as Johnny B. Brickhouse in Jamestown. Johnny B's Brickhouse and Gun and Reel Sports are presenting sponsors of the video stream this evening at Jamestown 107.1 Sports on YouTube. Well, homecoming week always brings some fun festivities. We had the parade earlier today, the pep rally, and of course, the Hall of Fame inductions for Jamestown's 2022 Hall of Fame class. All that happening over the course of the past 2 days. You still got a chance to meet those Hall of Fame members and the new inductees at the Elks tonight with a social after the football game. Homecoming week, Watford City's in town. The Blue Jays are 3-0 on the year after a win last week over Grand Forks Central. Wasn't always pretty for Jamestown, but a win is a win, and the Blue Jays win by 2 touchdowns. And we take a look back at the stats so far this season for Jamestown. Last week, Jackson Walters with 2 touchdown catches. He's got 4 on the year, 11 total receptions for 329 yards. He's averaging 30 yards per catch on the year for the Blue Jays. Josh Robertson will get a bulk of the carry tonight. Aiden Braun is out for Jamestown, so it'll be Robertson, who's averaging 5.8 yards per carry so far this season, who will get the start for Jamestown this evening. Look for Noah Meisner to be in the backfield for the Blue Jays as well. And of course, Peyton Hochhalter, who led this Jamestown side to a state title last year at the quarterback position, 37-66 on the year, 56% completion percentage, 674 yards, 11 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions on the season so far this year for Peyton Hochhalter. So the Blue Jays will look for more success from the quarterback position. Certainly Jackson Walters has answered a lot of the questions at receiver for the Blue Jays over the course of the past 3 games. 3-0 to start the year for Jamestown. On the other side, Watford City comes in with an 0-4 record. They lost 33-0 at Grand Forks Central to start the season, then 26-16 at home against 11B Hazen. They lost to Valley City by a final score of 45-7 at home. And last week, facing off against Dickinson, a 42-7 defeat, although that game was tied at 7 at the half. Jason Hogue to Levi Musser for the lone touchdown in the first half and eventually in the game for Watford City on last Friday night. That 42-7 loss to Dickinson. Let's look back now at the winners and losers of AA and Single A last week at this 11-man football level. Legacy with a 7-6 victory over West Fargo. West Fargo Cheyenne defeated Century 41-14. Century drops to 0-3 for the first time since 2003. Minot 35-26 over Mandan. That took down the number 1 team in AA. St. Mary's beat Williston 21-7. Dickinson over Watford 42-7. Jamestown winning 42-28. Dickinson with a victory over Watford City. Grand Forks Red River rolls Turtle Mountain 47-12. Shanley 49-0 over Fargo South. Valley beat Devils Lake 53-7. And then Fargo North 40-0 over Wahpeton. There is a new top dog in AA. Fargo Shanley receives 16 of the 17 first place votes. They are the number 1 team in AA going into this week at 3-0 on the season. Davies is second, Mandan third, West Fargo Cheyenne is fourth, although they did receive 1 first place vote as well. Minot High came in at 5th in this week's AA poll. Not a lot of changes in 11A, although we see Jamestown with 15 out of the 17 first place votes. Fargo North is 3-0 on the season. They have 2 first place votes. Fargo North has a big time matchup tonight. Grand Forks Red Rivers in 3rd, South in 4th, and then for the first time this year, Valley City cracks into the top 5. The Highlanders are number 5, and talked about that Shanley 3-0 side. They are the only remaining unbeaten team in AA this season. Jamestown, Valley, and Fargo North are all unbeaten here so far this year in 11A. Valley City cracking into the top 5. Jamestown is at Wahpeton next week, but then they'll travel to Valley to take on the Highliners in a matchup that's already being circled on the schedule, even though we are 2 weeks out. Jamestown and Watford City meeting up for the 5th time ever. Jamestown is 3-1 with back-to-back wins. In fact, the only win for Watford City actually came during postseason play with a 6-3 victory. Jamestown has scored 40-plus in all 3 of their victories over Watford City. Again, last week the Wolves were tied with Dickinson at 7 at the halftime break, and going back to the 2018 season. Since the start of 2018, Watford City is just 2-38 overall when it comes to football. We are 10 minutes away from the national anthem and starting lineups being introduced here at Charlotte and Gordon Hanson Stadium. As we get ready for all of that, let's check in now with Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson. We talked about last week, we heard him going into the halftime break talking about his offensive line and not getting enough done. Talked about that offensive line, of course, some bumps and bruises for the Blue Jays with Aiden Braun and Gage Friedberg both still out tonight, or Braun for the first time out, but we saw him go out in last week's game, and then Friedberg is out once again for Jamestown. Talk about this Watford City team as well, and then just a little bit about homecoming week, because of course it is homecoming week. The royalty announced before. Riley Joseph is your homecoming queen. Aiden Heinley, your homecoming king. Let's check in now with head coach Bill Nelson. Blue Jay football head coach Bill Nelson now joins us on the pregame show. Coach, another win over Grand Forks Central last week. You improved to 3-0 on the season, but you went into the halftime break talking about your offensive line and how they did not play well in that first half. What did you see in the second half from that old line that helped you guys get moving on offense and get the win over Grand Forks Central?
You know, better execution, just from start to finish. It was, we went out there with a little bit more vendetta, a little bit more purpose, and we played more. Not more is the wrong word, but we played a lot better caliber of Blue Jay football. You know, what we expect. And that's something that we got to move the chains, and whether it's by the air, whether it's on the ground, you want to be efficient, you want to execute fundamentals, and that's just a lot of little things we didn't do that first half. You know what I mean? And give credit to Coach Schauer and his guys, and they freaking kicked us in the teeth right out of the gates, you know what I mean? And they continue to. And we ended up going, what was it, 29-0 run?
Yep.
You know, and it changed the tide of the game, and then they got a little more back, and we finished it off. But it's one of those where we just can't have those situations going on. You know, we got to make sure we play the game full out from start to finish.
Right, and start to finish and getting off the bus. You talked about it at Turtle Mountain last week against Grand Forks Central. So is there something you're seeing as a coaching staff as to why in the first half your side just doesn't seem like they're, boom, ready to go right off the jump?
No, it's not, because what we talked about earlier, we have a lot of battle-tested kids that were in this, and they know what it's about. But it also, it's twofold. It's got to be, we got to do a better job of, you got to help bring the other guys along, you know, and it's on me too. I need to, whether it's bring them in, ramp them up, and raise the stakes a little bit beforehand, which I will go ahead and do tonight. But that's the case. It's, you know, you got to start stepping up your level of play, because this is what needs to happen on Friday night for us to be successful. You know, we go by the moniker better every day, but it's like if we're not mentally prepared, ready to go from start, you know, 7 o'clock at that kickoff, that first go, you know, you got to do mental preparation. You got to get a psyche and get in your zone. And I'm not saying we need to slap each other in the face or headbutt each other. And
smelling salts, I know, is popular.
Yeah. As dumb as that is. But it's one of those where get where you need to get. You know, it's funny because Jackson Walters will come to the locker room as early as he can get there. And last Friday, I get there at 2:45, and I know it's coming. I get a knock on the door, and he's an hour plus ahead of everybody. And he goes and sits in the shower in our locker room all by himself. And you don't see hide nor hair of him for a little while. Yeah. And it's just, he said, Coach, I can't sit at home. I need to get that. That's fine. Yeah. You know, and he's a pretty special player, you know what I mean? And it's one where, like I said, we have a lot of those guys that know what it takes.
Right.
But now it's the matter of those other guys. It's time to pick it up. We're week 4. We don't have time to sit back and wait. Because other teams, like it or not, you're going to get their best punches. We're seeing that every week. You know, I tell you right now, Coach Johnson's boys are going to come in. They got nothing to lose. They're going to look to take as many shots as they can. You know what I mean? And have fun. And that's what you got to do. But you got to play hard, play fast, have fun. It's got to be all, you know, and in that second half, too, this is something we haven't seen. The sideline woke up. You know, and Coach Holkalter was getting on him. A couple of other coaches were getting on him. They started to wake up. You got to be as into the game as the guys in the field, because we all know how the Big Mo works in the atmosphere. You know, if your atmosphere is good and positive and loud, generally that's going to spew over to what's happening on that field, and vice versa. They make a big play, we need to celebrate it on the sideline, but keep it up. Not just a holler and a clap and here and there, and then we shut up again. You know what I mean? You got to stay up.
Sustained intensity
exactly.
on the
Yep,
sideline.
Yep. Good word, sustained intensity.
Yeah, love that.
Coming from a Bears fan, by the way.
Right.
That's like a dig in itself, me being a Niners guy after last week.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
Wow.
That's the ugliest
They
game
wanted
I've
to
ever
play,
watched.
Niners didn't, so that's okay.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Homecoming this week. You got Watford City in town. You just said it. They're 0-4 on the season. They don't have anything to lose this week. And last week we saw it against Dickinson, 7-7 at the end of the first half there. So what'd you see on tape for Watford City that you like from them, and just sort of that attitude of knowing, hey, they're going to give you your best shot, and they don't have anything to lose?
They're going to battle. They're gritty. I mean, they've got some good athletes over on their football team that just depth plays, and we've been in this a while ago. We're fortunate to have depth now, but depth in football is tremendous, because it comes down to, it's not about 11 on 11. It's you got to have twos, you got to have threes, you got to have more guys ready to go. You can't play the same 11 guys on the field. And I get it. I grew up in a small school, and I know how 9-man football works. That's how I've ever played. And when you're older and you're one of the guys that has to be out there, you don't come off the field. But that's not how this situation sits. I think we've got only 4 guys going both ways tonight, which is a little deeper than we were earlier. Now we're a little banged up. Aiden's not with us. Got a couple other guys that are nursing a few things, but we're going to get healed up. We're going to right the ship. We're going to keep moving forward. We're going to keep getting better, and tonight's a golden opportunity to do that.
All right, Coach Nelson, appreciate your time. Good luck tonight. Have fun. Enjoy homecoming.
Always have fun.
Always having fun. Let's check in with your Blue Jay offensive starters. Here's Mark McKenzie.
Starting at left tackle, junior number 54, Jack Van Burkham. Left guard, a sophomore number 66, Vaughn Ramsdahl. At center, a junior number 52, Bo Nelson. Right guard, a senior number 59, Ethan Gall. Right tackle, a junior number 78, Colin Conway. Tight end, a senior number 23, Jackson Walters. Tight end, a senior number 13, Preston Gall. Wide receiver, a junior number 19, Tyson Jorison. Wide receiver, a senior number 1, Andrew Walls. Running back, a junior number 34, Josh Robertson. And at quarterback, a senior number 3, Peyton Hochhalter. Head coach for the Blue Jays, Bill Nelson. Officials for tonight's game are Casey Henderson, Josh Bosnock, Aaron Motter, Brett Thielges, Mike Weatherly. These individuals are registered by the North Dakota High School.
All right, we get Mr. Thielges down there tonight. Blue Jay football against Watford City. It is homecoming here tonight from Charlotte and Gordon Hanson Stadium. Looks like we've got a packed house. Still some people filing this way, coming down the hill towards Hanson Stadium. Again, if you're listening on Jamestown 107.1 or AM 1400, you can head to YouTube, search Jamestown 107.1 Sports, and once you get to our YouTube page, just look for this game, Watford City and Jamestown. It's labeled with today's date. You can also just search today's date. Jamestown versus Watford City football should pull up for you just as easily. The Blue Jays are going to start on offense here this evening, operating from left to right. Watford City in their all whites today. Jamestown blues on the top, whites on the bottom, white helmets with that Blue Jay logo. The Wolves are 0-4. Blue Jays come in with a 3-0 record on the season. Jamestown is the number 1 team in 11A, yet to be knocked off that throne. Talked about a big-time matchup for Fargo North tonight. Fargo North is at St. Mary's this evening. We'll see how good that north side is tonight on the road against the Saints. Watford City to boot it from right to left. Braden Williams will do the kicking for the Wolves. And here we go. Week 5 for Watford City, Week 4 for Jamestown. More high school football and Friday night lights from Hanson Stadium. Picked up for the Blue Jays in the middle of the field. Jackson Walters mushes his way forward towards the 38-yard line, dead center of the field, and that's where the Blue Jay offense will begin their first drive of the day. The Jamestown starters, you just heard them with Mark McKenzie on the PA tonight. We'll have him, of course, back on the air for hockey season once we get rolling into the winter sports year. Jamestown coming out with a receiver to either side of the formation. Nate Walls is the near side receiver for the Blue Jays. Tailback is Robertson to the right of Peyton Hochhalter. Motion from left to right for Tyson Jorison. They'll give it into the belly of Jorison on a jet sweep towards the right side. Lots of space opens up, and Tyson Jorison has a gain across midfield, across the 45, into Watford City territory, and down to the 43-yard line. It's a 1st and 10 for the Blue Jays and a 15-yard carry for Jorison.
1st and 10, Jamestown at the 43 of Watford City.
Take that start every week if you're the Blue Jays. Walters is the near side receiver. Split out wide are Walls as well as Jorison. Hochhalter in the shotgun set. He takes the snap, rolls out towards his left side, looking downfield for that little wheel route. Hochhalter pulls back. Now he fires it down the field looking for his tight end, Preston Gall. It's incomplete. And Hochhalter starts 0 for 1 throwing the ball down the field. Tight end Gall kind of snuck out at the end there, and Hochhalter tried to find him. Well, we've got a moment. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. It's Blue Jay football on the Gym.
AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296HH Jamestown.
11.5 minutes on the clock in the first quarter. We are scoreless here at Hanson Stadium. Play clock winding down to 15 as the Blue Jays get set up with 2 tight ends on the left side of the formation. Robertson is the tailback beside Hochhalter. Takes the snap. The give is to Robertson on the ground towards the left side. He's wrapped up rather quickly. In on the tackle, Judd Johnsrud gets the stop for Watford City. Pickup of 3 for Robertson on the ground. Again, he is RB1 today for Jamestown. Expect to see Noah Meisner in the backfield as RB2 for the Blue Jays here tonight, as Aiden Braun is out this evening. And Jamestown certainly will miss Braun today, but hoping that this is something that, like last year with some injuries, you get him back at the right time of the season. Shotgun set. Here's the snap on 3rd down and 7. Hochhalter scrambles out to his right side, flips it down the field for his favorite target, Jackson Walters, who hauls it in for a gain of 15 yards and a 1st down.
13 on the play and a 1st down for the Blue Jays.
So Jackson Walters with his first reception of the day. He's gone over 100 yards and had 2 touchdowns in each of the last 2 weeks for the Blue Jays on offense. 1st down and 10 from Jamestown inside the Watford City 25-yard line on the right hash at the 23. Give is on the ground to Robertson, straight up the middle. He just falls forward up to the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 3 yards again for Robertson, who surpassed the century-yard mark last week on the ground for Jamestown. In fact, his last carry of the game, 37 yards, broke that 100 mark, and he hit it with 101. Shotgun set, 2nd down and 8 for Jamestown. Hochhalter dropping back to pass, looks right side, floats it up, wide open. Walters puts 6 on the board. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Hochhalter to Jackson Walters, 20 yards and a Blue Jay touchdown. So Jackson Walters for the 5th time this season, 6 plays, 61 yards, and Jamestown is on the board. Sarah Slutto to attempt the point after for the Blue Jays. Ryan Kallenbach will do the holding duties for Jamestown as he plants himself at the 10-yard line. Heinle snaps. Kick for Slutto is through. Oh, just missed it to the left. 9:58 to play in the opening quarter. Jamestown's on the board, 6-0 in front of Watford City here on 107.1 and our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Our YouTube page presented by Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House. We're back in 30 seconds with more Blue Jay football here on the Gym.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
20-yard touchdown reception for Jackson Walters. The Blue Jays strike first. It's 6-0 Jamestown. Just 2 minutes and 2 seconds into the first quarter of play. Gelberg and Slutto both have their hands in the air for Jamestown, ready to kick this one off. We'll see who does boot it away. It is Gelberg who puts it up into the air for the Blue Jays. It's hauled in inside the 10-yard line. On the return for Watford City is Jason Hogue, and he's wrapped up at the 30-yard line on the right side of the field. 1st and 10 for Watford City. Let's take a look at that front line. Austin Wergler, Nevon Hayes, Ethan Evanson, Mason Storm, and then Hunter Barlow are the linemen. Tight end is Martin Wagner, Jason Hogue, and Josh Chavez. The two tailbacks, Carson Vole, as well as Levi Musser, the receivers, and then Judd Johnsrud, the junior starting quarterback for Watford City. Johnsrud comes out, pistol set, a tailback to either side of him in the formation. First down and 10 for Watford City. It's a high snap. Give is on the ground and towards the right side. Looked like it was actually Vole on the carry this time. Rather, Chavez on the carry, and he is knocked down after a loss of a yard. Colton Muse in on the stop for Jamestown. Brings up 2nd and 11. 6-0. Jamestown's on the scoreboard first. And whistles blowing. And a Watford City coach or athletic trainer potentially. Just pull somebody off the field. That makes it 2nd and 11. Clock continues to wind here. Empty set for Johnsrud. Dropping back to pass. Pressure's on him immediately. Floats it out right side and incomplete. And it's now 3rd down and 11 for Watford City. Colton Muse again in on the pressure for the Blue Jays. 3rd and 11, Johnsrud jogs back out onto the field after checking in on the sideline. Head coach Justin Johnsrud. Shotgun set, one tailback to the left. That's Hogue, more pressure. Johnsrud evades it initially, now running out left side, and he's dropped after a gain of 4 yards. Johnsrud up to the 35-yard line, but nothing more. Blue Jay defense going to force a punt on this first drive for Watford City, and you could not have scripted a better start for Jamestown. Certainly, we've been talking over the course of the past 3 weeks about the Blue Jays being better off the start in games. Well, you drive down the field, put 6 points on the board, and then you get a 3-and-out on defense. Can't start much better than that. Braden Williams will punt it away from his own 27-yard line, standing on the left hash. Williams goes to his right. This is a bouncing ball. It goes off of Noah Meisner, and it's going to be a turnover. And Watford City has the ball at midfield. A low kick. And Jamestown couldn't get out of the way of the ball. And that's one where Coach Nelson's just saying to everybody, just get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. Instead, Johnsrud and the Watford City offense comes back out onto the field at the 8:31 mark in the first quarter. That Blue Jay defense just forced a 3-and-out. And now they're right back out there after what will go down as a muffed punt. Johnsrud, the quarterback. High snap, gets past his head in the backfield. Colton Muse is on top of it, and Jamestown has it right back at the 35-yard line of Watford City. Muse fumble recovery at the 8:26 mark in the first quarter. Blue Jays are back on offense in Watford City territory at the 35-yard line. So actually, all things considered, a better result for Jamestown, and everything back to even here between the Blue Jays and Wolves in terms of turnover differential. Shotgun set for Peyton Hochhalter. Robertson is the tailback. Fake the give there. Looking right side into the air for Tyson Jorison, who hauls it in. Steps out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Completion of 20 yards. And it's 1st and goal at the 10. That 25 yards on the reception for Tyson Jorison. Now 1st and goal on the right hash at the 10-yard line. Jorison's the near side receiver. Andrew Walls split out far side to the left. And we got movement on that Blue Jay offensive line. Well, it looks like actually Watford City jumped into the neutral zone, so Jamestown will have it 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Nate Walls now to the right. Set up as a receiver. Walters and Gall, the tight ends to the left of the formation. Robertson is beside Hochhalter in the shotgun. First and goal from the 5. Give left side. Robertson's going to stretch it out wide. Now cut back in, and he is in. Touchdown, Blue Jays. Josh Robertson with a 5-yard touchdown run. And Jamestown takes just 2 plays to go 35 yards and get the score. Sletto attempts the point after here for Jamestown. It's 12-0. Mr. First PAT to the left. See if she can recalibrate here. And this point after for Sletto is straight through the uprights to make it 13-0 Jamestown. 7 minutes, 47 seconds to play in the opening quarter here from Hanson Stadium. Blue Jays 13, Wolves nothing. It's Blue Jay football on Jamestown 107.1 and streaming live on our 107.1 Sports YouTube page.
Enjoy the rustic Frontier Fort Bar, Grill, and Gift Shop. The gift shop is open year-round with North Dakota tourism gifts and unique jewelry. And for a true Dakota Territory dining experience, the Frontier Fort Grill is open from 4 to 9 Monday through Saturday. Every Thursday night, get a rack of ribs, fries, coleslaw, and toast for just $9.95. And their legendary prime rib is served on Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in or call for takeout at 252-7492. The Frontier Fort, on the road to the Buffalo, Jamestown.
Hey, this is Peyton Hochhalter with Blue Jay Football. You're listening to Jamestown High School Football on KQDJ.
KQDJ AM, Jamestown 107.1, 1400 AM, streaming live on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports, as well as Johnny B's Brick House. Jamestown, after a fumble recovery from Colton Muse at the 8:26 mark, Jamestown less than a minute later reaches the end zone for 6 points. Sletto's PAT is good, and it is 13-0, just like that here in the first quarter. Gelberg will once again boot it away from left to right for the Blue Jays. Long run towards the far side of the field before it's hauled in on that far side by Jason Hogue, and he is taken down past the 25-yard line. See, they mark it probably right about the 26 on the right hash to start this drive for Watford City. Well, 3 and out initially, and then Watford City goes to punt. Was not a great punt, but it bounced off a Blue Jay at midfield. Watford City recovers, and then a high snap by the Wolves. Got past Johnsrud, the quarterback, and Jamestown able to recover the football. Back to pass, Johnsrud looking up right side, going to chuck it deep into the air. This one is a jump ball, and it is hauled in on the right side. Levi Musser makes the catch for Watford City. Johnsrud airs it out, and a nice play for the Wolves on 1st and 10. That'll move them into Jamestown territory. Up to the 38-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Wolves at the Jamestown 38 on the right hash. Johnsrud completes it to Musser for a gain of nearly 40 yards. Shotgun set. Give is to the right side. Hogue bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Jackson Walters, one of the Blue Jays, there to meet him, as well as Colton Muse. Of course, Jamestown's 2 battering rams in the linebacking core find their way in there for the Blue Jays. 2 leading tacklers from last season were both Walters and Muse. They return for this year. You throw Sam Mayhair into that linebacking core with Preston Gall, and it's a tough crew to beat in this 3-4 look for Jamestown. Shotgun set for Johnsrud once again. Hogue is his tailback. Fake the give. Johnsrud dropping back. Pressure's on him immediately, and it's Ethan Gall who gets there for the Blue Jays. Sacks him at the 49-yard line. Ethan Gall off the near side edge gets the stop, and it's now 3rd and forever here for Watford City. So we approach the midway point of the first quarter. 13-0 Jamestown. 3rd and 21 for the Wolves. Nice completion from Johnsrud to Musser. Got Watford City down inside Jamestown territory to the 38-yard line, but backwards since then after the sack. Johnsrud, empty set. Like a 10-step drop. He throws off left side, nearly intercepted. Nate Walls and Jackson Walters were there. There is a flag down. Looked to be in the area of holding. It is holding. See if the Blue Jays, what they'll do, they will decline. And that'll set up 4th down and 21. So that'll force Watford City to punt. And after the punt last time, Jamestown is hoping that this one is more airborne than the last one. Braden Williams again will do the punting duties. He stands inside of the Watford City 40-yard line at his own 37 to boot this one away, as we're under 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. That snap, get a long time to get there, and it was blocked up front. Picked up to Akizi. Faustin is towards the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown, Jamestown. To Akizi Faustin. The punt block and return for Jamestown. And it is 19-0 Blue Jays. Wasn't Faustin that got in there on the initial block, but he's the one who picks it up and takes it the 35-yard for the blocked punt return. Sarah Sletto attempting the point after for the Blue Jays. Hold is down. Sletto's PAT is short and no good. That makes it 19-0 Jamestown. Blue Jays on top with 5 minutes and 37 seconds to go in this first quarter of play from Charlotte and Gordon Hanson Stadium here on Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400 and streaming live with video tonight on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. That's courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports as well as Johnny B's Brick House. So here we are, Jamestown on homecoming with a 19-0 lead over Watford City, and the Blue Jays having a lot of success so far. Let's check in now with the second member of our crew down on the field, Kevin Gall. KG, see if he's got us right now. It seems like he's actually in the middle of another conversation, so he may not be tuned directly into us. I saw him pick up his phone, which is usually an indication that he's going to say, hey, I got something to add here. We'll catch up with Kevin Gall in just a moment down on the field. Certainly, there's not a whole lot to be worried about so far for Jamestown, though. 19-0 Blue Jays lead. Jackson Walters scored on a 20-yard reception from Peyton Hochhalter. That was the first drive of the game. Took a little bit more than 2 minutes. Then Josh Robertson with a 5-yard touchdown rush for the Blue Jays after Colton Muse recovered a fumble on a high snap. And then the Blue Jays with a blocked punt returned for 6. Hogue fields the return for Watford City, goes up towards the 30-yard line before he's swung down at the 29-yard line for the Wolves. That's where they'll start their third offensive drive of the day. Carrington 34, Grafton 20. That is already a final. Carrington gets their first win of the season. Well, it was a quick game. We know some other games got underway at 6 o'clock today. Valley City and Dickinson started playing at 6 o'clock tonight. That game being played at Dickinson this evening. Shotgun set for Johnsrud. 5.5 minutes in the first quarter. Give is on the ground to Hogue towards the middle. Nice hole opens up from that Watford City offensive line, and Hogue picks up 3 yards. Nice initial carry on 1st and 10 for Watford City. 19-0 Blue Jays. To Akizi Faustin with the scoop and score off the punt block for Jamestown. And the Blue Jays, they've been firing on all cylinders here in the first half of play. Johnsrud, shotgun set. Appears that Chavez is his tailback now. And the give is on the ground. It's still Hogue in there for Watford City. Hogue pushes his body forward. Looks like he's just a half-yard shy of the first down marker up the right hash in Watford City territory. Ball is at the 38-yard line. Andrew Walls in on the tackle for Jamestown. But it brings up 3rd down and 1 yard for Watford City.
It's 3rd down and 1 for the Wolves. Let's hear it for the Blue Jay defense.
Approaching 4:15 to go in the first quarter. 19-0 Jamestown. Shotgun for Johnsrud once again. Again, tail back to his right. It's Hogue, fake it there. QB Reed, and Johnsrud got bottled up initially. Jamestown appears to have stopped him short of the line to gain. Jackson Walters, the first one to pop him for the Blue Jays. And Watford City right now looks to be rolling the dice on 4th and short.
4th down for the Wolves from their own 38-yard line.
Again, Jamestown in a spot where they're number 1 in 11A. They're 3-0. They're expected to beat Watford City. Wolves, you got nothing to lose here today. And no reason not to go for it here on 4th and short. Don't jump off if you're Jamestown. 10 seconds on the play clock. Johnsrud calls it out to his offensive lineman. Tailback to his right. Snap. He'll keep it. Johnsrud towards the left side. He ducks forward, and it is very close. Looks from our position like he got the first down, and they will move the chains. It's a first down for Watford City. They get that 1 yard, 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line, moving from right to left. 60 yards towards the end zone for the Wolves, but it's 19-0 Jamestown in front here in the first quarter of play. 3 minutes to go in this opening quarter. Down front, Gall, Levine, and Memong for Jamestown. Johnsrud will give it off on the left side for Levi Musser. Little end around, goes far side of the field. Noah Meisner wraps him up across midfield after Musser picks up 11 on the carry. Another first down for Watford City, and the Wolves crossing midfield.
First down, Watford City.
So we've seen Musser involved in the 2 biggest plays so far today for Watford City. The pass from Johnsrud down the field to Musser for about 40 yards, and then on the carry right there for Musser, he picks up 11. First down and 10. Right hash at the 49-yard line of Jamestown. Johnsrud takes the snap. Little halfback draw came out of Hogue's stomach, lost it between his arms, and Hogue jumps back on it for Watford City. Now it's a loss of 3 yards, 2nd down and 13. So back inside their own territory, Watford City doing a little bit of clockwork here, and that's kind of the game you have to play if you're the Wolves, right? You want to run as much time off this clock as possible, not prolong this game, make it quicker, give Jamestown less opportunities on offense if you can. 2nd and 13 for the Wolves. Shotgun set, Johnsrud, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to the right. This one in heavy traffic, and Jamestown couldn't hang on to it. Tuakizi, Faustin, and Jackson Walters were right there for the Blue Jays. It's now 3rd and 13. 90 seconds to play in this opening quarter. Faustin will come off the field for the Blue Jays.
3rd down for the Wolves and 13.
3rd and 13.
Operating from its own 48-yard line.
Wolves in a spot here where if you pick up 7 or 8 yards, you probably roll the dice and go for it on 4th down. Johnsrud empty set, pressure coming from Colton Muse. Muse got him by his ankles and gets the sack. Colton Muse gets a sack. It's a loss of 5 yards for Johnsrud, and Watford City is going to be forced to punt now at 4th and 18. So Colton Muse right through that offensive line for Watford City. It'll be Hogue snapping it. Braden Williams to punt it away. Jorison is back at the Blue Jay 25-yard line. Meisner is standing at the 40. This kick coming from the Watford City 30-yard line. That's where Williams is standing on the left hash. Snap, Williams steps up, gets a nice kick away. Jorison calls for the fair catch and takes it in at the 26-yard line for Jamestown. Well, we've got the time. Let's check in with the second member of our crew tonight, Kevin Gall, down on the field. How's it going, KG?
Going good down here. It's a great atmosphere. You got the Blue Jay band, and the crowd is loud. We gave up a few big plays there, and one was on the reverse, and we probably should expect a few more of those trick plays from Watford City, but as long as we can keep the running game going and keep a hold of the ball, we'll be okay here. It's It's going to be a high score, I think, for the Blue Jays today.
Seems like it as Meisner takes a jet sweep towards the left side of the field and picks up almost 20 yards. Thanks, KG. We'll check in with him throughout the evening. Noah Meisner was listed as running back number 2 tonight for Jamestown, with Aiden Braun not playing tonight. Braun hopeful to be back either next week or within the next 2 weeks. It's a gain of 19 for Noah Meisner on his first carry. Jamestown up to the 45-yard line of the left hash of Watford City. 1st and 10, Hochhalter throwing up right side, looking and trying to find Nate Walls down the field. Just a little bit overshot for Walls as he tried to run that one down. Incomplete for Hochhalter. 2nd down and 10, 17 seconds to play in this first quarter. 19-0, Blue Jays on top, and 55 yards to pay dirt right now here for Jamestown. They scored on their first offensive drive, their second offensive drive. This is the 3rd drive on offense for Jamestown today. Blocked punt, scoop and score for Tuakizi Faustin. Roll out to the right side, Hochhalter looking down the field. Hochhalter just gonna tuck and run now for Jamestown, and he's dragged down out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Stop the clock with 9 seconds to go, stop it temporarily at least. And the Blue Jays, 3rd and 1 upcoming. Seems like Jamestown will have to run one more play here in this first quarter. 3rd down and 2 for the Blue Jays across midfield. Ball at the 47-yard line. Robertson gets the carry to the left side. Robertson bottled up at the line of scrimmage, and that'll take us to the end of the opening quarter of play. Robertson with 11 yards on 4 carries so far for Jamestown, but the Blue Jays are up 19-0 on Watford City after 12 minutes of play. It's homecoming from Hanson Stadium. We're back with more Blue Jay football in 1 minute here on The Gym.
Two Rivers Printing is your local source for anything printed on paper. As a full-service print shop, they offer quick print services for all kinds of posters, flyers, and business forms. They also print banner signs, invitations, cookbooks, thank you cards, and more. They can also do wide format printing in matte, gloss, blueprints, and vinyl. With decades of experience, you know it will be done quickly and done right. Call Two Rivers Printing at 251-1266 at the end of 10th Street in Jamestown.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
4th down and 3 for the Blue Jays across midfield. Jamestown's going to go for it here to start the second quarter of play. It's 19-0. Jamestown in front of Watford City, and the Blue Jays jumped at the offensive line. It's a false start, it appears at least, and it is a false start against Jamestown. That'll move them back to a 4th and 8, and for Bill Nelson, he'll leave his side out there on the field. Kind of in no man's land. Your defense has been good so far. 19-0. And it's Hochhalter in the shotgun on 4th and 8. Fake the give to Robertson. Hochhalter rolling to his left, looking downfield. He's just going to tuck it and try to pick it up with his legs, and he's not going to get there. Hochhalter is tackled at the 49-yard line after a gain of 4 yards. Wagner is in on the stop, and it's a turnover on downs for Jamestown on 4th and 8. So 1st and 10 for Watford City from their own 49-yard line. And now the Wolves, you go down this shorter field, put it in the end zone. All of a sudden, you're looking up at the scoreboard, and it's just a 2-possession game. Certainly, the Jamestown defense, well, have something to say about that. Shotgun set for Johnsrud. Hogue is his running back. They'll fake the give there. Throw on the slant left side. It is complete. Out to the left, Levi Musser with another reception. This time 9 yards for Watford City. And Musser seems to be the favorite target so far early on for Johnsrud. 2nd down and 1 across midfield now for Watford City with 11.5 minutes to play and counting in the 2nd quarter. Jaron Matheny, glad to be with you here on 107.1 AM 1400. We're streaming online with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House. 2nd down and 1, 43-yard line. Johnsrud in the shotgun set. Gives into the belly of Hogue. Up the middle, slips through some tacklers. Hogue has the 1st down, then lost the football. It popped back up to him at the 34, 1st and 10 for Watford City. As Hogue lost it, hit the turf, bounced right back to him, and they'll take the gain of 8 yards. Mayhair in on the stop for Jamestown. The middle of the field on the University of Jamestown logo. The 34-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for Watford City. 19-0 Blue Jays on top. Could be some pressure coming from the near side of the formation. Johnsrud rolls out to his left. Muse is on him almost immediately. This one is thrown out and incomplete. I'm not sure where that pass was thrown to. The officials will say there was somebody in the area. It certainly didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. They'll send Carson Vole onto the field. Vole, a senior for Watford City, and he'll split out all the way to the left. Musser towards the Blue Jays sideline. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun set. Johnsrud with a high snap at his face mask. Throws it off left side. He gets it to Vole complete. Vole wrapped up after a gain of 9 yards. And Johnsrud has got a nice zip off that right arm. 3rd down and 2. So a gain of 8. Sebastian Kane into the game with the signal here for Watford City, who's in 2-down territory. 2 receivers either side for Johnsrud. And we got a timeout coming for Watford City. Play clock was down to 10, but I don't think they liked what they saw defensively from Jamestown. 3rd and 2 for Watford City. 19-0 Jamestown in front with 9 minutes and 48 seconds to go until the halftime break. We'll step aside, back in 30 seconds with more Blue Jay football from Hanson Stadium.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
Your home for the Jamestown Blue Jays. AM 1400 KQDJ Jamestown and 107.1 K296 HH Jamestown.
19-0 Blue Jays in front of Watford City. 3rd down and 2 upcoming for the Wolves. It's 2nd quarter action with 9:48 to play. 3rd down here for Johnsrud in the shotgun set. He's got a tight end now to the left of his formation. Johnsrud throws it out right side. Quick pass is complete to Levi Messer. He's got space up the middle of the field inside the 10-yard line down to the 7. 1st and goal for Watford City. Again, Coach Nelson said it in the pregame interview. This is a tough group. 0-4, but again, nothing to lose. Just ran over the middle with Musser and complete, bringing up 1st and goal from the 7. Blue Jays going man-to-man on the outside. Johnsrud looking left now. turns back towards his right, floats it up in the air, and Mayhair picks it off for Jamestown. Sam Mayhair with the interception, and the Blue Jays get a stop. They'll start inside their own 15-yard line, but no points are going to go on the board on this drive for Watford City. Second quarter at the 9-minute mark. Second turnover for the Wolves today. It's Sam Mayhair who comes up with the interception. Johnsrud just rolling out to his near side. Pressure on him from who else but Colton Muse. And just thrown into heavy traffic. Only had 2 receivers out in the formation. So 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for Jamestown. It's 19-0 Blue Jays. Quick pass right side. Jackson Walters with the reception. He cuts up inside to the 20-yard line. Keeps bullying his way forward. And Jackson pushes himself, along with some help from the offensive line, up to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Jamestown. That's Jackson, his 3rd reception already today. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 for Jamestown. Blue Jays did get the ball to start the game. Watford City will have the ball to begin the second half of play. Give this to Robertson, straight up the middle. Robertson falls forward and a gain of 2 yards for Josh Robertson. Robertson is the leading rusher on this Jamestown team, approaching 200 yards on the season. Currently 7 yards away from that mark. 2nd and 8. Hochhalter takes the snap, fakes the give. Looking left side, crossers over the middle. He threw it downfield, looking for Andrew Walls. It's over the top. Musser was there, could have had the interception. Instead, incomplete. 3rd down and 8. Jamestown had a lot of space with those crossers over the middle. Just a little bit aggressive from Hochhalter trying to fit it in front of Musser. 7:54 to go until the halftime break. 3rd down and 8 upcoming for the Blue Jays here from Hanson Stadium. A cloudy evening, a little bit cooler tonight. Temperatures dipping down towards 55 degrees by the end of game time this evening. Hochhalter off the snap, looking left, now rolls to his right. Pressure on him, Hochhalter fires downfield. Jackson Walters hauls it in, and he's called out of bounds on a juggle. Incomplete from Hochhalter. Back-to-back incompletions, and it's 4th down and 8. Blue Jays to punt it away. 7:45, second quarter. 19-0 Jamestown. Ethan Gall heads out onto the field for the Blue Jays. Play clock down at 5. Hochhalter stands at his own 14-yard line. He'll take the snap and gets a good leg into this one. End over end. Hogue takes it in at the 30-yard line. Cuts up the field after evading Jorison initially. Tyson Jorison comes from behind, gets the tackle, and the Blue Jay defense is back on the field. Watford City, pretty good field position. Their own side of the 50-yard line, but at the 44 on the left hash. Again, Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400 online at newsdakota.com. We're streaming with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House. 1st and 10 for Watford City. 2 turnovers so far for the Wolves on offense, 1 3 and out. And 1 turnover on downs. Johnsrud gives to Hogue towards the middle, and Hogue nowhere for the tailback to go. Jackson Walters in, and the man driving him back for Jamestown. It's a loss of 2 yards for Hogue. Clock runs towards 7 minutes, though, in this second quarter. 19-0 Jamestown, all 19 points for the Blue Jays in that first quarter of play. So 2nd down and 12 coming up. We'll check back in with KG after this play. Johnsrud takes the snap, rolls towards his right side. Got all sorts of time. He fires downfield and just a little bit high. looking for his intended target, Carson Vall. And while we have some time, let's check in once again with Kevin Gall down on the field.
And the smash route is open all the time for us. We hit it a couple times, and that incomplete pass to Walls over the middle, we had the corner route open again. They're playing cover, and they must have been getting beat deep quite a bit first 4 games. Smash route will be open all night, it seems like.
Seems so. Thanks, KG. Really appreciate it. And Jamestown has been trying to push the ball, at least so far, down the field with some pretty big emphasis. It's 3rd down. They'll give on a little end around to the left side. On the carry is Josh Chavez, and up to the 50-yard line. 4th down and more manageable here for Watford City. They'll probably roll the dice and go for it. Right near midfield. Johnsrud went over to the sideline, and now Judd Johnsrud will jog back out, give the play call to his Wolves offense. 6 minutes to go until the halftime break. 4th down and 5 for Watford City, their own 49-yard line. Blue Jays on top, 19-0, and Jamestown wants a timeout before this 4th and 5 for Watford City. 5:57 to go in the second quarter. We'll step aside, back in 30 seconds. More Blue Jay football here on the Gym and your Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page.
Why choose professional eye care centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their great selection. Have they got frames? Over 1,000 pair for you to try. So many on hand, you'll want a pair for every outfit. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today in Valley City, Jamestown, or Carrington. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
Hey, this is Jackson Walters with Blue Jay Football. You're listening to Jamestown High School Football on KQDJ.
Welcome back to Blue Jay Football here on the Gym. 14-14, Fargo North and St. Mary's are tied in the second quarter. Mandan is all over their opponent this evening. I missed what Gavin said on who Mandan was taking on tonight. Mandan is on the road at Williston. They're up 42-0 in the second quarter. 5:57 to play. Second quarter action here from Hanson Stadium. 4th and 5 for Watford City. Trailing 19-0. Johnsrud back to pass, floats it over the middle, going up high, and knocked away, incomplete for Noah Meisner. Blue Jays force the turnover on downs, and the Jamestown offense will have it in Watford City territory at the 49-yard line to begin this drive. 5:51 to go until the break. Jamestown 2 timeouts. Watford City, they also have 2 timeouts. Walters with a 20-yard touchdown reception. Robertson with a 5-yard touchdown rush. And Tuakizi Faustin with the punt block, scoop, and score for 6. And now it's Andrew Walls on a little bubble screen off on the left side. Walls gets the reception and picks up 25 yards. Musser knocked him out of bounds. 25 yards for Walls on his first catch. 1st and 10 for Jamestown at the Watford 24. On the left hash, Robertson to the left of Hochhalter in the shotgun. Trio of receivers to the right. Gall is on the left side. Back to pass, Hochhalter looking left, corner out. Instead, he'll roll out right side, looking for Walters down the field. Now comes across the middle for Andrew Walls. It's incomplete. Walls was going to be uplifted in the middle of the field anyway. 2nd and 10 for Jamestown. 5:34 to go until the break. 19-0 Blue Jays on top. Ball at the 24 on the left hash. Got some other scores to check in on. 24-0 Lisbon over Oak Grove in the second quarter. Linton is in front of Oaks 12-8 after 1. Valley and Dickinson are scoreless after the first quarter of play. That game being played in Dickinson tonight. 2nd and 10, shotgun set for Hochhalter, motion left to right for Walls. Fake the jet sweep, give on the ground to Robertson instead. Looked like he ran into his own lineman, and Robertson will pick up 3 yards to make it 3rd down and 7. Johnsrud in on the tackle. Blue Jays have missed a pair of extra points so far. One just to the left, one that just came up short on the near side of the field. The wind is blowing the opposite direction. 3rd down and 7, 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Blue Jays up 19-0 as Hochhalter with pressure on him. Rolls out left side, flips it into the flat. Preston Gall has the catch. He's up inside the 10-yard line and down to the 6. Looked like Jamestown got away with a hold in the backfield there as Preston Gall gets his first catch of the game. It's a reception of 15 yards. 1st and goal for Jamestown. Looked like the right side of the formation for Jamestown may have been holding there, but the Blue Jays will take it. 1st and goal from the 6. Hochhalter, shotgun set. Robertson to his left. Give is to Robertson. He runs out right side of the field. He's going to be cut off on that right side. Tries to turn the corner. Robertson gets back past the line of scrimmage. A lot of east-west movement that time. Robertson picks up 2 yards. And it's 2nd and goal. 7th carry for Robertson today. An offensive line for Jamestown not quite as healthy still as they have been and hopefully will be. Von Romsdahl, the sophomore, gets the start at left guard tonight. Hochhalter keeps on the read option. Hochhalter down at the 1. It's a gain of 4 for Peyton Hochhalter. 3rd down and goal.
Gain of 4 on the play. 3rd and goal. Ball at the 1-yard line.
3rd and goal from the 1. Andrew Walls runs off, and Kellen Lang is now in as an extra offensive lineman for Jamestown. They'll go jumbo set. Under center, Hochhalter. Try to push forward to the right. Hochhalter appears to be short from where they're spotting him.
Keeper for Hochhalter.
And he is short.
No gain on the play.
No gain. 4th and goal with 3:35 to play in the second quarter.
Ball at the 1-yard line.
Ball is inside the 1-yard line. Valley City and Dickinson scoreless at the halftime break. Robertson and Lang are in the backfield for Jamestown. Play clock is at 15. Hochhalter checks in with Lang. Went to go under center, and the Blue Jays want a timeout. 3:15 to go, second quarter. 4th and goal from the 1-yard line for Jamestown. Blue Jays will try to get it into the end zone and put themselves up 26-0. We'll see if they can do that after this 30-second break. It's Blue Jay football. Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400, streaming live with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun and Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly.
Well, we'll see if Kellen Lang is once again in the backfield for Jamestown. He is for the Blue Jays as they've gone to their jumbo set here. 3rd and goal. They didn't get it on the sneak. How about 4th and goal? Motion right to left. Give is up the middle, and Robertson is stuffed short. The Watford City defense comes up with a stop at the 1-yard line, and saying the 1-yard line isn't even correct. It was inside the 1-yard line. Ugh. He had 2 chances from the 1, and Jamestown can't punch either end. Good news is Watford City's backed up at their own half-yard line with 3:10 to go in the second quarter. See if the Blue Jay defense can come up big here. Johnsrud with his tailback behind him in Hogue. Run off to the left side for Johnsrud and just back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
Picks up a yard on the play.
Blue Jays have just 1 timeout left. They called a timeout on that 4th and goal situation.
Spotted as no gain, 2nd and 10. Watford City from its
And
own
got
1
nothing
yard
out of it. 2nd down and 10 from the 1. .235 until the break. Again, Blue Jays with 1 timeout, probably just saving that until after this next play. And Jamestown jumping into the neutral zone. Got Watford City all the way back inside their 5-yard line, inside their 1-yard line. You just can't jump into the neutral zone there. You have to be wary of a hard count because it doesn't hurt Watford City at all if they move. Now it's 2nd and 5 from the 6-yard line. Johns Rood, hard count. Jamestown jumped again.
Flag before the snap.
And it is another free 5 yards and a 1st down for Watford City. Blue Jays back-to-back times jumping into the neutral zone.
First down for Watford City. 1st and 10.
It's free 10 yards and probably a free pass into the halftime break now for Watford City as well. Oh, ball at the 11 on the left hash. 1:45 to go, 2nd quarter. Hand is to Hogue, left side, and he's wrapped up for a loss of 3 yards.
Tripped up in the backfield for a loss of a couple.
Lost a couple yards. 2nd down and 13. All 19 points for Jamestown coming in the 1st quarter.
2nd and 12, Watford City from its own 9-yard line.
2nd and 13 for Watford City. When they take this snap, there'll be about a minute to go. Play clock is down to 10. Wolves have yet to break the huddle. Now they do. Got to hurry if you're Watford City. Play clock down to 2, and here comes the timeout for the Wolves with 61 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. And if you're Watford City, you can run the ball twice here and take this into the halftime break. And you don't have to do anything else in this 1st half. You keep it 19-0, go into the halftime break, say we shut Jamestown out in the 2nd half, or in the 2nd quarter of play, and you go from there and hopefully give yourself a shot in the 2nd half. You get the ball first. We'll see if that's the case. Blue Jays travel to Wahpeton next week. Then they host Dickinson on September 29th before the 1st week of October, heading to Valley City. That would be game 7 of the year for the Blue Jays. Valley winning over Watford City earlier this season. It's a final score of 45-7. So 61 seconds to go, 2nd quarter. 2nd down and 13. Johns Rood fakes the give to Hogue. He's going to drop back, throw it up left side, and through the hands of Noah Meisner, incomplete. Jamestown almost had an interception there. Blue Jay coaches are looking around. How do we not catch that ball, I think, is the conversation going on right now. 3rd down and 13. Now the Blue Jays 1 timeout left. You can call it if Watford City decides to run the football here. And you got them backed up pretty deep. And we got a snap infraction on Watford City. Everybody moved except for the guy snapping the ball. It's a false start and a loss of half the distance to the goal. That'll back the Wolves up to the 4-yard line and make it 3rd down and 18. So a long ways to go on 3rd down for Watford City.
Watford City now 3rd down and 17 from its own 4-yard
Call it
line.
3rd and 17. Tight set Johns Rouge just going to keep himself up the middle. Mayhair meets him right near the line of scrimmage, and the Blue Jays want a timeout with 49 seconds to go in the second quarter. Jamestown will try to get a block on this punt, and if not, get at least a good enough return where you can set up your offense with a chance to try and score before the halftime break. 19 points in the first quarter, nothing since for Jamestown. The Watford City defense coming up with a stop right at the 1 yard line on two separate plays inside the 1 yard line for Watford City defensively. 4th and 17. And the Wolves will send Braden Williams in there to kick this one away. You just got to hope everything is clean enough for Watford City for him to have time to boot it away. Jays trot back out onto the field. Jorison will stand at his own 40-yard line. Or rather, at the Watford City 40-yard line. I wouldn't be shocked to see him back up just a little bit more.
4th down and 17.
Williams in the back of the end zone to boot it away.
Watford City showing punt formation.
And Watford City is going to call timeout after the Blue Jay timeout. So we'll take a break with this one. 49 seconds to go in this first half. 19-0, Jamestown in front.
Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Original!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays.
Pep Band is in attendance tonight. It's homecoming here at Jamestown High School. Week 4 of the season for the Blue Jays. Week 5 for Watford City tonight. 19-0, Jamestown in front. The Wolves are punting it away inside their own 5-yard line. We've already got a punt blocked, scooped, and scored for Jamestown in special teams so far today. Blue Jays have also forced 2 turnovers as well as 2 turnover on downs. Williams gets the snap from Hogue. It's a little bit high, but the kick is away. Bounces on the turf and will roll to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 at the Watford City 34 with 39 seconds to go for the Blue Jays here in the first half of play. You'd like to see Jamestown find a way to get down the field here. We do have a yellow marker on the field. Officials running in to get together. Illegal formation appears to be the call on Watford City. Coach Nelson talking with the officials, and they're going to decline the penalty.
Penalty on Watford City.
So Watford City defense heads out onto the field. And the Wolves will try to get a stop here. Jamestown trying to reach the end zone in this final 39 seconds of the second quarter. Hochhalter's in the gun. Snap, looking out, left side, now looking down the field. All kinds of time here for Hochhalter. We got a flag flying in, probably holding, and now Hochhalter just going to run out of bounds for Jamestown. Blue Jays started this game really well. First drive, right down the field, put up 6 points. Holding on Jamestown. 10-yard penalty backs him up to the Watford City 45-yard line. Unless that flag came in at the 41, then we'll move back into Jamestown territory. Beautiful Charlotte and Gordon Hanson Stadium. The flag was at the 41, so march it all the way back past the 50-yard line. Oh. Second down for the Blue Jays. Hochhalter, quick pass left side, caught by Walls. Walls, some blockers up the field. He's going to try and get out of bounds, and he will step out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's a gain of 26. Andrew Walls with the reception. His second. Ball up to the 24. That'll make it a 27-yard reception for Walls. He's got 2 catches for over 50 yards now. 14 seconds to go until the break, though. Meisner is the tailback with Hochhalter. 3 receivers to the right. 1 to the left is Preston Gall. Hochhalter back to pass. Looking out left side. Now he steps up, throws over the middle. Walls makes the catch. He's got to get in the end zone. Andrew Walls spinning forward. He stops short. 4 seconds to go for Jamestown. It's going to be first and goal for the Blue Jays. Got to hurry to the line of scrimmage. Jamestown is there. Clock starts and spiked. Looking up at the clock, it says zeros right now. The officials are going to get together and we'll see if they put time back on the clock. Watford City's running off the field, and the officials just have their hands in the air. And that's what Bill Nelson is saying. What do you mean? 4 seconds. You got plenty of time to get off a snap and spike the ball. You got to stop the clock to move the chains. You should have 3 seconds to at least spike it. And instead, Jamestown is going to come up with nothing. So Walls gets the reception of 23 yards. Blue Jays got to be a little bit frustrated right now with how things ended in that first half, as Jamestown, I mean, really, that's a couple of mental mistakes at the end of the first half here. And some frustration for head coach Bill Nelson, certainly in a 19-0 ball game. Let's check in with KG and Coach Nelson.
Hey, Coach Nelson, the running game, you know, we expected to run the ball on them, and haven't done a lot. Robertson had 100 last week. What do we got to do to get the running game going?
Stay on your ball. You know, execute. That's what it comes down to. We're getting initial punch, and then we're letting things go. We're not getting to the second level, so we just got to be better up front. I mean, we came out with a flurry, but here's that lull.
Yeah.
You can't have lulls like we talked about, right?
You need 4 quarters.
Need
and then,
4 quarters, no lulls.
I mean, you always want to play clean without turnovers and penalties. We haven't had any turnovers, penalties. What do we do?
About us and play Blue Jay football. Get off the ball, control the line of scrimmage, move the chains, get stops, get 3 and outs. Pretty simple, right?
Right on, Bill.
Thank you.
Good luck.
All right, thanks,
Jared.
Yep, go ahead, KG.
It's the Blue Jay second half team. Hopefully we can come out and punch it to them the second half.
Yeah, hopefully so. Certainly that lull in the first half, like Coach Nelson was talking about, we found it again here in the second quarter, but hoping to reset for the second half of play. Blue Jays stop short of the goal line on back-to-back drives, and Jamestown goes into the halftime break still with a 19-0 lead. We'll step aside for 3 minutes. When we return, we'll talk with Mark Eukstead about this Blue Jay Hall of Fame Class 3 new inductees into the 2022 Jamestown High School Hall of Fame. Back in 3 minutes with that here on The Gym.
Paying your energy bill the old-fashioned way takes a lot of steps, including all those steps to the mailbox. ePay from Otter Tail Power Company is an easier way to manage your account anytime, anywhere, even from your mobile phone. It's free. It's easy. Take the first step. Enroll at otpco.com/epay. Otter Tail Power Company. On for you.
What would life be like without telephones, internet, and digital cable? Let's not even go there. Dakota Central is proud to be the local company that provides you with these high-tech communication options. Whether it's the crystal clear telephone connection, the digital cable that produces over 150 channels, HD and DVR, or reliable high-speed internet, Dakota Central provides it all, serving Jamestown and Carrington and beyond. Call 952-1000, 652-3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 3184, 31
Hey, this is Sean from the Jamestown Country Club. Thanks for a great season, the largest turnout ever for the FCCU Labor Day Classic. Congratulations to our champion, Brian Meyer. With that said, the Country Club is still open and enjoyable for great fall golf. Come out and enjoy a nice cool round of golf and a cold beverage before the season ends. And it's never too early to think about next year's season. The Country Club is offering memberships already, and make your purchase before October 31st. You'll receive 5 free guest passes.
You know you don't really want that hurry-up, bought on the cheap, not sure what I got insurance coverage. Good, because Farmers Union insurance agents do things just a little different. We'll work with you personally for home, auto, business, or farm insurance and tailor the exact coverage plan you need, because we're not satisfied until you are. Different, you bet. Farmers Union Insurance. Simply different.
Good luck to the Blue Jays and Jimmies from your local Farmers Union agent, Steve Benyon.
Not all products underwritten by Farmers Union Insurance.
This is Clint with RM Stout. It's been a long road, but the auto industry is beginning to turn. We've noticed an uptick in new lot inventory. It's been years since we've seen this many new vehicles on the lot. With more new vehicles available, prices of used cars have and will continue to decrease, with nearly 100 used trucks and SUVs to choose from here at RM Stout. If you still don't find what you're looking for, we can special order one of our 35 new car models within our 6 brands. I'll let you do the math, but from what I can tell, we have plenty of options for you to upgrade your ride at RM Stout for the best value.
New CNA wage. You could start at $21.25 per hour at SMP Health Ave Maria. Join our friendly team of healthcare professionals with no mandatory overtime, a 1-to-7 staffing ratio, paid time off, and excellent benefits including 401k. And wait, did we mention the $5,000 sign-on bonus for full-time CNA positions? Apply online at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria. Again, earn $21.25 an hour starting at SMP Health Ave Maria of Jamestown. Apply at smphhealth.org/Ave Maria.
It is homecoming week, and we are pleased to be joined by Mark Ukestead today as we talk about the 2022 Jamestown High School Hall of Fame inductees. Mark, always good to have you with us, as it seems like it's crazy, but it's already this time again to induct 3 new faces into the Blue Jay Hall of Fame. How you doing, though, Mark?
Good. Busy. It's our 5th class, and how time flies. Our first class went in 2017, then we had a class in 18, 19. We skipped 20, as long as, you know why, because of the pandemic. 21 and 22, so here we are.
Hard to believe we're already back here again, and this year inducting 3. Now, that is normally what you would do, right, is 3 per year, but last year we had a couple extra because of 2020 and everything like that. This is the normal routine, though, of 3 Blue Jays being inducted.
3 to 4, we wanted to get established. We had bigger classes in 17 and 18 in the early years, but usually 3 to 4. We got 3 good ones going in, and good athletes with better people.
Yeah, good athletes, better people. Let's jump right into it. Let's start at the top. Class of 2009, so not too long ago, was Morgan Dale Blaskowski. Now, Morgan was quite the athlete at Jamestown High School.
Yes, she was. Morgan was a 5-season letter winner and named team MVP all 5 seasons. That pretty much says it all.
Yeah.
4-time All-Conference, 3-time All-WDA, and also the Outstanding Senior Athlete of the Year in the WDA. All-State, All-Tournament team. She was a Miss Basketball finalist, and she also competed in the Lions All-Star game. She was also top 20 in scoring and 7th all-time in rebounds for the state of North Dakota. So, also a soccer player, 2-season letter winner, and led our team to a state runner-up title in 2009. Pretty good volleyball player. Used her height there and athleticism. And after high school, she attended the College of St. Ben's in St. Joseph, Minnesota. Earned all MIAC honors for the 13-14 and 12 and 13 seasons, and scored 739 points, pulled down 682 caroms. So that's a horse right there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Impressive career afterwards, even. Yeah.
Yep. She taught kindergarten at St. John's Academy for 4 years, and she's the owner of Cornerstone Nutrition right here in Jamestown. She lives in Jamestown with her husband Nick, and Nick was a good basketball player in his own right up at PBK. And he farms north of town. So, yeah, congratulations to Morgan.
Yeah, congratulations to Morgan. I think we'll see throughout this list and throughout every year, it seems like, with the Hall of Fame inductees. It's not just one sport. Most of these players were 3-sport athletes across the board, and that's what made them so unique at Jamestown High School, right?
And I'm going to say this. a school our size, we need everybody out.
Yeah.
We need everybody out. And one of the things that college recruiters ask an athlete, what other sports have you played? You know, they're looking for athletes. You might be pretty good in football and basketball and baseball. What else did you play? They want well-rounded athletes.
Yeah, well-rounded athletes. Certainly we see 3 of those here. Let's head to the class of 1987 and a special connection for you, Mark.
Brian Flam, good buddy of mine, childhood friend. I got to play with Brian in high school, and he's just a great guy. Brian just had a knack for basketball, heck of a golfer, played softball then for many years. He earned 3 varsity letters in basketball and led the team to a second-place finish. I was part of them. So
yeah, you still remember that, yeah.
Yeah, but 1987, and in fact, we were in the title game 85, 86, and then they won it in 87. Was named first team All-State and his senior season, and also Mr. Basketball. Brian and I go way back. In fact, I hope he's listening to this or will listen to this because I've taught him everything he knows.
Yes,
and he knows
right.
So, Flammer was a 4-year letter winner in golf. And then after high school, he played at Concordia. Also, like I said, a good softball player with us in the good old days. And a good baseball, soft hands, played shortstop, you know, and clutch hitter. It hurts me to say that, but yeah, he was. He's laughing right now.
Yes.
So, and he's also coached in youth basketball leagues also. He has 2 grown children, Jamie and Alex, and currently resides in West Fargo. So I wish I could be here for him. Bonnie and I are flying out to California today to watch volleyball. So I'll miss the weekend, but I'll send him a quick note.
Yeah,
so, but,
certainly. I'm sure he will love that. And again,
well
good
deserving.
athlete, really good athlete, and well-deserved to be inducted into the Blue Jay Hall of Fame. All right, let's move now to the class of 1990 and Don Schmeichel, who, again, 3-sport athlete across the board and very impressive with his resume.
Yeah, Donnie is going in this year. His dad went in the first class, Russ. And Don was a 5-season letter winner. He was a top 5 runner in all 4 years of high school. As a senior, he won 7 meets and finished second in the EDC meet. Don also earned all conference honors in 1988 and 89 seasons. In 1988, he earned all state honors and led his team to a state championship title, and he was also the captain of that team in 89. Heck of a swimmer, too, 3-season letter winner. Earned the first state championship in JHS history by winning the 200-yard freestyle and 500-yard freestyle in 1990. Both school records, I might add. Also won the EDC championship in 1990. Earned all conference and all state honors in his senior season. All conference in 88, 89, and 90. Captain in 88 and 89. And moving on to track, he's 4-season letter winner. Senior season, he set the school record in the indoor 800. Which tough to do.
Right.
It's 4 laps around that little track. So, and he did it, and also earned all conference honors in 88 and 90 season, winning the mile and the 800 at the EDC championships. He's also a member of the 4x8 state championship team that also set a school record. Captain in 1990, and indoor record at 800 still stands, 158.1.
Yeah, that's wildly impressive.
It is. Anything under 2 is fantastic. So. After high school, Donnie attended Jamestown College, and from 1990 to 91, where he was the conference and district champion in 800. So he's got those middle distance skills just like his dad. So he transferred to South Dakota State to finish his collegiate career. Don was the first athlete at South Dakota State to be all conference in 2 sports during the same season, indoor track and swimming. So that's a pretty good resume so far. Has 8 records in swimming, and Don currently is a district sales manager for Palo Alto Networks and lives in Andover, and has a son, Calvin, and a daughter, Avery. So long resume, great resume for all 3. It should be a good weekend.
Now, is this the first father-son duo to be inducted into the Hall of Fame for Jamestown High School?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. So that's even more special in its own right for Don and the Schmeichel family, which is awesome. And again, 3 very special athletes being inducted. Mark, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Jaron. Have a good call tonight.
3
Schmeichels officially inducted into the Jamestown High School Hall of Fame now as well. Let's take a look at your scores from across North Dakota here, Class B as well as Class A. We'll start. Shiloh Christian leads Bowman 14-7 at the half. Thompson's up 20-14 on Rugby at the halftime break. West Fargo Cheyenne 14, Shanley 7. We also have scores. Davies up 7-6 on West Fargo. Other scores include Minot 12, Century 12 at the halftime break. Valley City and Dickinson are scoreless at the half. Mandan 42-0 over Williston. That game is already into the fourth quarter. Grand Forks Red River is up 9-0 on Grand Forks Central at the half. Blue Jays in the first half of play, 19-0 lead. 8 of 13 through the air for Peyton Hochhalter, 162 yards passing, and that touchdown pass to Jackson Walters on the first drive of the game for Jamestown. And then the Blue Jays have 222 total yards of offense in the first half. Watford City held under 100 total yards of offense in the first half of play. Musser, the leading receiver for Watford City. On the other side, Johnsrud as well as Hogue, the two leading carriers of the football for Watford City, but under 100 total yards in that first half of play. Blue Jays lead at 19-0 at the end of the first half. We'll step aside, take a 4-minute break, and we'll return with second half action here from Hanson Stadium. It's Jamestown on top, the number one team in 11A, 19, Watford City, nothing at the break. You're listening to Blue Jay Football on Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400, streaming online with video on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House.
There's only one place to go when you need to fill up. Your hometown Cenex store Superstop. Whether you're filling up with gasoline or beverages or snacks, you can be sure that you will get helpful, energetic service. That's because Cenex stores are locally owned with a long tradition of serving communities in this part of the country. And they sell high-quality gasoline and diesel fuels that you can depend on. Cenex, our energy comes through. Get a Superstop gas discount card and receive 3 cents off with every fill-up. Superstop, North Jamestown.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
How are you doing? Really? How are you doing? Are you taking the time to check in on you? A real check-in. Scheduling a wellness visit is an easy way to take care of yourself. At Essentia Health, we want to know how you're doing. We want to help. Whether it's face-to-face or a virtual appointment, the right care is waiting for you. We'll listen, assess how you are, and get you back on track. It's always good to check in. Care like nowhere else. Essentia Health. Schedule online at essentiahealth.org.
Blue Jays will kick it off from left to right as we begin the second half of play here from Hanson Stadium. 19-0 Jamestown on top at the end of the first half. It's Gelberg who boots it away for the Blue Jays to begin the second half. Hogue back to receive for Watford City, and he's wrapped up inside the 30-yard line. Right about the 28 is where Watford City will start this drive offensively. Again, they have not looked bad on offense necessarily, but got into the red zone through an interception. We had a high snap and a fumble recovered then by Jamestown. Some things, once they started to break Watford City's way, quickly broke back the other way towards Jamestown. 19-0 Blue Jays as we begin the second half here on 107.1, streaming live on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube page. Shotgun set for Johnsrud, and the wide receiver Musser was off to the races before the snap.
Offsides, offense.
It's a false start, not an offsides on the offense, but you get the point.
5-yard penalty.
1st and 15. Not sure why the mic wasn't working in the first half of play.
1st and 15.
1st and 15.
From their own 21-yard line.
Back at the 21-yard line. Play clock down to 10. Johnsrud fires it out right side of the field, and Preston Gall is there immediately for Jamestown on the tackle. It's a gain of maybe 2 yards on the pass to the right, and it was Musser who had the reception for 2 yards. 2nd down and 13.
2nd and 13, Watford City from its own 24-yard line.
Watford from the 24-yard line on the right hash. We'll be back here tomorrow afternoon for UJ football, 1 p.m. the Jimmies welcome in number 4 Northwestern. Johnsrud taps his helmet. Snap, looking right side, down the field. Now he'll roll out to his right, throw over the middle, high, and was it intercepted? It is Blue Jay football. Intercepted. Preston Gall, the one who drops down to the turf and intercepts it for Jamestown, giving the Blue Jays great field position to start their first drive of the second half. Well, Jamestown now has a turnover forced in all 3 quarters. So Preston Gall on the INT, and now Hochhalter has it with a shotgun set at the Watford City 35-yard line. Motion left to right. Tyson Jorison gets it on the jet sweep. Blockers out to the right side. Jorison with one man to try and step between. Second defender helps out as Jorison picks up 13 on the rush. 1st and 10 for Jamestown. Ball is placed at the 21-yard line, so just outside the red zone and just outside of that 20-yard line for Jamestown. Right hash at the 21. Blue Jays, Nate Walls and Tyson Jorison to the left. Walters is on the right. Robertson, the tailback. Hochhalter looking left side. Now he'll flip over the middle. Trying to find Nate Walls there, and the official was kind of right in that target and line of sight for Hochhalter.
Intended for Nate Walls.
8 of 13 in the first half. Hochhalter now 9 for 15 through the air. 10:34, third quarter. 19-0 Blue Jays. 2nd and 10. Hochhalter, quick pass out left side. Catch is made by Walls. Nearly tripped up, and then he's thrown down at the 14-yard line after a pickup of 7 for, this time on the reception, Nate Walls for the Blue Jays. That's Nate's first catch.
Pass complete for 7 on the play.
7-yard reception. 3rd and 3 for the Blue Jays. Wouldn't be shocked to see Robertson get the ball here. Hard count, and Watford City jumps off sides this time. It's a free 5 yards and a first down for the Blue Jays. No, not third down, first down.
Results of the play, first down.
And that's inside the 10-yard line. 1st and goal to go for Jamestown. Blue Jays from the 9-yard line on the left side of the field. Preston Gall, Nate Walls to the left. Jorison, man-to-man coverage to the right side. Hochhalter snap. Fake the give, throw out right on the slant, and it's through Jorison's arms, incomplete. Otherwise, he had 6 points.
Incomplete, intended for Jorison. 2nd and goal at the Watford City 9.
Got the separation he was looking for on the right side of the field. Hochhalter put it on the numbers. Just incomplete. Now it's Nate Walls on that right side for Jamestown. Safety over the top. Throw into the flat. Catch is made. Jackson Walters, and there he is again. 9-yard reception for Jackson Walters. And Walters has scored for the 2nd time in 3 consecutive weeks. 2 touchdowns in 3 straight weeks for Jackson Walters.
6 plays, covers 34 yards on that drive.
7-yard touchdown catch for Jackson. Blue Jays convert on the Preston Gall interception, and now will go for 2 in this 25-0 ball game. Motion left to right for Nate Walls. Hochhalter, little pop pass inside. Walters trying to get towards that goal line, but he comes up short. 2-point conversion failed for Jamestown. 9:37 remaining in the third quarter. 25-0. Blue Jays in front of Watford City. So Jamestown goes 35 yards, finds the end zone on that drive. And now the Blue Jays are back on defense, trying to get another stop. If you get a stop, go down the field and score 6 points. Then we'll see a running clock here in the second half. First points for Jamestown on offense since the Robertson touchdown, the midway point of the first quarter of play.
Then Jamestown will go as a true kicker formation.
Jelberg and Sletto both line up to kick it away for the Blue Jays. We've seen Jelberg kicking it. Hogue as well as Musser back to receive. Jelberg kicks it away. Hogue runs up, fields it at the 18-yard line. Hogue left side and then wrapped up right in the middle of the UJ logo at the 30. So another opportunity for Watford City on offense. We got a good stop from Jamestown special teams. And the homecoming king and queen, Aiden Heinley, the homecoming king. Riley Joseph, your homecoming queen this evening, which means they'll both get to come back next year and celebrate homecoming as well. Shotgun set, Johnsrud is tied in formation from left to right. Give is on the ground to Hogue towards the right side. He's chopped down at the knees, and a gain of 1 yard for Hogue. You know, KG said it, and we've been talking about it pretty much all year. It's been a second-half Blue Jay team for most of this season, pretty much all of this season. You know, you get off the bus at Watford or at Turtle Mountain, they weren't ready to go. Last week against Grand Forks Central, went to the halftime break. It was 20-13, but that was after Jamestown drove down the field late and scored a touchdown to go into the half. Week 1 against Red River feels like the best first half they played so far in all reality. Outside of the first quarter today against Watford City, that second quarter wasn't as pretty. Throw left side in the air. Muse never got turned around, but it hit his helmet and incomplete.
Pass broken up by Muse.
So Johnsrud incomplete, and that makes it 3rd down and 9. Watford City at their own 31-yard line, right inside that UJ logo. We got tons of things happening in Jamestown tomorrow in terms of local sports. We'll have Jimmy Football on the air. UJ Soccer's at home against Morningside, women's and men's. Blue Jay Boys Soccer has their final home match of the year tomorrow at 3 p.m. against Williston. Volleyball is on the road for Jamestown this weekend, for the university that is. Johnsrud with a keeper on the read option and nowhere to go. It's a loss of 2 yards, and Watford City will have to punt it away. Jorison, Meisner will be back deep to receive. Matt Stockert, the one signaling out to the punt returners where they need to be situated at. Williams standing inside of his own 20-yard line at the 16 to kick this one away. Will head back down to the sidelines after this punt before the next drive for Jamestown. A little bit of motion before this kick. Williams got it blocked again. Blue Jays block another punt, and Jamestown won't fall on top of it, but they'll have great field position inside the 15-yard line to start this next drive. Another block punt, KG. The special teams unit is very, very good so far.
Well, we've turned them over more than we've turned the ball over for sure. I think that's their 4th turnover. But that's just what the Blue Jays needed, a 3-and-out after a score. Hopefully we can get things going. The energy level on the sidelines is not that great, but if we stick one in here, it's going to be better.
Yeah, hopefully that's the case. We talked with Coach Nelson before the game about the sideline being a little bit more enthused during the later stages of that Grand Forks Central game. 1st and 10 for Jamestown inside the red zone. It's the 14-yard line of Watford City is where this drive starts for the Blue Jays. Hochhalter on the snap, looking right side, floats it up for Tyson Jorison. Touchdown, Blue Jays, near side of the field. Hochhalter hits Jorison for the 13-yard touchdown pass. One play, 13 yards, and the Blue Jays score off that blocked punt. Jorison with a touchdown catch. Makes it 31-0 Blue Jays, and that'll keep the clock winding here with Jamestown in front by 30. Blue Jays will go for 2 once again. Not necessarily sure of the strategy here for Jamestown to go for 2. Roll out right side. Hochhalter hits Walters, and the 2-point conversion is good for Jamestown. 7-16. Third quarter, 33-0. Blue Jays on top. That clock should not be stopped right now, is the only thing. You get the touchdown, you've gone up 30 points. Things should keep moving here in the third quarter, and that's the point where Jamestown needed to get to. You need to be up by this 30-point margin, get this clock moving, and ultimately get your second team on the field so they can get some time out there tonight. Well, the Blue Jays will boot it away from the 40-yard line. Hogan Messer are the 2 deep men for Watford City.
And Jamestown will go with the dual kicking formation with
Jelberg and Sledo.
Wolves return men, Musser and Hogue.
Set to boot it away. Sarah Sledo, we talked about it, but if you missed it, she's on the football team, yes. That's definitely something interesting, but she's also playing volleyball during this fall sports season. Kickoff bounces down at the 23-yard line. Watford City picks it up, and they march it forward to the 28. Nothing after that. 1st and 10 now for the Wolves. And again, I don't know why, but the clock is stopped right now here at Hanson Stadium. Somebody's got to tell whoever's operating the clock that it's a 30-point lead, and this clock should be rolling. Once possession is started, clock should not stop. And now only the play clock is rolling. Somebody doesn't know what's going on inside the press box. Johnsrud takes the snap for Watford City. Give is on the ground to Hogue to the left side, and Hogue is stopped at the line of scrimmage. So that'll move the clock with a run game. I'm just a little concerned that if there's an incomplete pass, all of a sudden the clock's going to stop. This rule of 30-plus was invented for games like this and games that get out of hand quickly. You heard us say Mandan and Wilson were already in the fourth quarter. It's for the betterment of everyone on the field. Both sides, you don't want to lose a game 70-0 or 70-14. You don't want to win a game by that total really either, and you just don't want to deal with any extra injuries that may come in a game that ends up being a blowout on either side of the field. Hogue with the carry, right side for Watford City. He picks up a yard and nothing more. See and feel a few light sprinkles up top here. Nothing terrible so far.
It's third down and long.
Third down and long for Watford City.
From their own 28-yard line.
Third down and 8 for the Wolves.
Let's make some noise.
Right hash at the 28-yard line. Johnsrud takes the snap, dropping back to pass, flips it out left side. Hogue with the catch. He's got some space out towards the right. Hogue is met at the 34-yard line. That's 3 yards short of the line to gain. It's a nice reception of 5 yards, but it's Colton Muse who gets the stop at the end, and Watford City will send that punt team back out onto the field. So Jackson Walters started the scoring with a 20-yard touchdown catch on the first drive of the game. Josh Robertson with a 5-yard rush, and then Tuakizi Faustin scoop and score on the block punt for Jamestown. 19 points in the first quarter just like that. You thought it was probably going to be a runaway, but then Watford City stopped Jamestown at their 1-yard line on back-to-back plays on 3rd and then 4th and goal. High snap for Williams. He does get this one at least into the air. It'll bounce down and take a Watford City roll towards the 42. Picked up by Tyson Jorison on the near side. Jorison's got space out in front, and he takes it inside of the Watford City 25 down to the 20.
40-yard punt return for Jorison, forced out at the 20-yard line.
4:44 to go, third quarter. And And again, the clock is stopped right now, and I don't understand why.
First and 10 Blue Jays at the Watford City 20.
It's a 30-plus point game. And now throw to the left side for Hochhalter for Preston Gall on the first play for Jamestown. They get right inside the red zone and up towards the 10-yard line. Gall with a reception of 10 yards. That's his second catch. And now we got a timeout coming for an injured Watford City player. So, while we have the time, we'll take a break, come back in 30 seconds with more Blue Jay football here at Hanson Stadium. Jamestown 33, Watford City nothing.
Hey, I heard you're having knee surgery soon.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the recovery, and I have no idea where to go.
In North Dakota, we can go wherever we want for physical therapy.
Wait, even without a doctor's referral?
Even without a doctor's referral. It's what I did after my knee surgery.
Well, where did you go?
I went to Apex Physical Therapy and Wellness. The staff is so fun, and all of their PTs had their doctorate in physical therapy. My PT tailored my rehab to my specific goals so that I was able to get back to doing the things that I love.
To get started on your road to recovery, call 952-2739 for Jamestown or 883-5611 for the Lemoore Clinic.
Where do teams go to get their custom printed apparel?
Original!
Where do companies go to get their corporate logo printed on shirts, caps, and jackets?
Originals, of course.
And where do fans go to get their Blue Jay and Jimmy apparel either off the rack or single-piece prints?
Originals! Originals!
There you have it, folks. For custom printed apparel, embroidery, and work apparel, it's Originals, 216 First Avenue, downtown Jamestown. Open 9 to 5 weekdays.
33-0, Blue Jays on top. Third quarter action here from Hanson Stadium. Shotgun set for Peyton Hochhalter. He takes the snap and gives to his tailback Robertson, who picks up the first down, marches forward. Robertson lunging, and he is just shy at the 1-yard line. It's a pickup of 10 for Robertson. First and goal from the 1 for the Blue Jays. Under 4 minutes to go now in the third quarter. Sarah Sletto warming up, getting ready for those extra point attempts. Extra point attempt upcoming, hopefully for Jamestown if they can punch it in. Hochhalter stomps his foot in the ground. Motion left to right from Gall. Give is to Robertson. Hole opens up. Robertson's forward, and he's in for the 1-yard touchdown. Josh Robertson puts the Blue Jays in front. 39-0 now, Jamestown on top. 3 plays, 20 yards, and the Robertson touchdown. Sletto to attempt the PAT. And that will make it 40-0 Jamestown. So the Blue Jays on top, 40-0 with 2:58 to go in the third quarter. And it's all Jamestown here at Hanson Stadium on homecoming. We'll take a 30-second pause, back with more Friday Night Lights. After this, you can stream us on our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page, courtesy of Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B. Brickhouse tonight.
At Unison Bank, we provide financial solutions for customers to meet their needs today and achieve their dreams tomorrow. From personal banking services like checking accounts, mortgage, and auto loans, to business banking services, at Unison Bank, we offer financial solutions with prompt responses and quality service. Visit unisonbank.com for more information. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
40-0 Blue Jays lead with 2:58 to play in the third quarter. Here from Hanson Stadium, Louis Gelberg kicks it away once again for Jamestown, and it's a kickoff out of bounds, which will send Watford City into good field position to start this drive. 2:58 to go in the third quarter. Jamestown on top, 40-0 after Josh Robertson finds the end zone from 1 yard out, making the third score of this quarter for the Blue Jays. Kickoff out of bounds. Ball will be at the 35-yard line for Watford City on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Watford City from its own 35.
So 1st and 10 for the Wolves. 35-yard line. Blue Jays in front 40-0 as Watford City starts this drive on offense. First and 10 for the Wolves. Valley City in front of Dickinson 14-6 late in the third quarter. So first and 10 for Watford City. Again, clock should be moving at this point in the game. Johnsrud gives on the ground to Hogue. Run off left side. Hogue is stopped immediately right near that line of scrimmage. Probably a loss of a yard for Hogue there. Well, the Blue Jays led 19-0 at the end of the first half, and Jamestown did not score a point in that second quarter. It's been a second half team all year long, and the Blue Jays once again responding to the call at the half.
Second and 9, Watford City from its own 34-yard line.
It's like some second team on the field for the Blue Jays right now, giving some rest to the guys that go on both sides of the ball. Johnsrud back to pass, throw right side. Meisner was looking for an interception to take it back the other way. Instead, it's just incomplete and makes it 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11, Watford City.
3rd and 11 for the Wolves inside of their own territory at the 34-yard line. Down to 140 and counting in this third quarter.
Let's cheer on that Blue Jay defense.
Shotgun set. Johnsrud takes the snap, dropping back to pass, flips it off right side, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Josh Chavez. And that brings up 4th down and 11 for Watford City. They'll have to kick this one away.
4th down and 11 for the Wolves. Hogue will punt. Jorison to return.
Jorison will go back to receive for Jamestown. So Tyson Jorison back deep at his own 35-yard line. Meisner stands at the 47. Watford City, it's Hogue kicking this one away from the 20. Hogue up into the air, high spinning. Meisner called for the fair catch, then backed off, and Jamestown will just let this one roll. Inside the 35, down at the 34. A 36-yard punt for Hogue on his first punt of the evening. 35 seconds left here in the third quarter. Assume Jamestown will run one play. Well, no matter what, Jamestown runs one play here, and that should be it. Well, the Blue Jays look to have turned to their second team now as well. Ryan Kallenbach, the backup quarterback, is in for Jamestown. Robertson is his tailback. So Ryan Kallenbach will take snaps here for Jamestown. Motion from left to right for Nate Walls. Give is on the ground for Robertson, and he's bottled up after a loss of a yard. That'll bring us to the end of the third quarter, as Jamestown scores 21 points in the third, and the Blue Jays are now on top 40-0 as we head to the fourth quarter of play. You're listening to Blue Jay Football on Jamestown 107.1 AM 1400, online at newsdakota.com, streaming live with video tonight thanks to our great video sponsors on our Jamestown 107.1 Sports YouTube. That's Gun and Reel Sports and Johnny B's Brick House. We're back in 1 minute with more Blue Jay football and fourth quarter action. Blue Jays 40, Watford City nothing.
The Honda ATV lineup is here to prove it's possible to work smarter and harder. With the power to get the job done, the technology to make it easier, and tried and tested quality to keep you moving forward. Find the Honda ATV that fits your needs at Gun and Reel Sports on 1st Street West in downtown Jamestown. Then you'll start to understand how life is better on a Honda. For riders 16 years of age and older, Honda recommends that all ATV riders take a training course and read the owner's manual thoroughly. Johnny B's Brick House, famous for their pizza, but wait, there's pasta, and their amazing wings, and fresh ground hamburgers, tasty salads and appetizers too. And for dessert, you can't beat their sweet sticks. Come on out for Tuesday night trivia and live entertainment every Thursday night. The place to be is Johnny B's, smack dab in the middle of Main Street, downtown Jamestown. And remember, for delivery and carryout, call 952-8777.
This is Senior Colt Muse, and you're listening to your home for Blue Jay football, Jamestown 1071.
Jamestown 1071 is your home for Blue Jay football for the entire 2022 high school football season. Collenbach with motion from Walls. He'll give it into Walls on the jet sweep. Nate Walls turns the corner, and he's got a first down and a gain of 11 for Jamestown. As we begin the fourth quarter, chains move, clock runs for the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays will turn it over to Collenbach. Hochhalter didn't have to do a lot of work in the second half. We'll get you his numbers as we go throughout the rest of the night here. 12 total completions. Back to pass for Collenbach. He looks up. Now he's just going to scramble for Jamestown. Collenbach uses his legs, avoids a couple of defenders. He's got the first down, turns the corner, and he's bumped out of bounds at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 20 for Collenbach.
First and 10, Jamestown at the Watford City 35.
So up to the Watford City 35-yard line. Hochhalter 3 for 6 in the second half. 11 of 19 total. We'll get those yardage marks counted up as well. 10:35 in the fourth quarter. 40-0 Jamestown on top of Watford City for homecoming. It's Robertson with the carry up the middle for 3 yards for the Blue Jays. .162 yards passing in the first half for Hochhalter. He got over that 200-yard mark.
Second down and 7 for Jamestown at the Watford City 33.
Tyson Jorison. Jackson Walters twice. 3 touchdown passes for Hochhalter. Collenbach throws it off left side. Lots of space for Nate Walls. He cuts in, takes on the defender head on, and he's up to the 15-yard line after a gain of 18 yards. So Nate Walls
22-yard completion.
Gets the catch. 22 yards from Collenbach. First and 10 for Jamestown.
13-yard line.
Under 9.5 minutes to go. 40-0, Jamestown in front. Collenbach. The shotgun set gives to Robertson up the middle. Josh Robertson, open lane, and he is in for 6. Touchdown Blue Jays. 13-yard touchdown rush for Josh Robertson as he finds the end zone for the 3rd time today. So Robertson gets the start, and he's making the most of it. Blue Jays 46-0 now. And Jamestown is looked like they were going to go for 2, and now Sletto will run on to attempt the point after.
Check that. Point after attempt for
So Sletto with the point after. Collenbach holding. Sletto's PAT is good. And it's 47-0 Jamestown with 8:24 remaining in the fourth quarter here at Hanson Stadium. Blue Jays tying a bow on a Week 4 victory, a homecoming victory, and improving to 4-0 on the season. The only team in the West region still undefeated so far this year is Jamestown. Let's try to get you some more scores from across the region right now. We got a couple of good games still going on. 3 quarters down, Minot leads Century 19-12 after 3. Fargo South is up 28-0. Currently, Fargo South taking on Devils Lake, 28-0. South Cheyenne's on top of Shanley, 21-7.
12-9. Rough Riders in front of Grand Forks Central, still in the third quarter there. 14-6. Valley City leads Dickinson after 3 quarters. And that's pretty much it. Try to get you an update on that Fargo North St. Mary's score as well. Ball bounces down at the 25-yard line on the kickoff, and then Hogue takes a knee with it at the 29. That's where things will start for Watford City.
Short kickoff, Wolves fall on it.
So Shanley has been number 1 for just 1 week, and that may be by the wayside.
City first and 10 from its own 29.
The thing about it is AA is the only place where the number 1 team has changed. 9B, Lemoore started the year as number 1. The Lobos are still number 1. Kindred was number 1 in 11B to start the season. They're still the top dog. Jamestown the top dog here in 11A. In 11AA, Cheyenne started out the year as the favorite. They're currently number 4. Here's the snap. Johnsrud gives left side. Hogue on the carry. Gets around the corner left side with open space. Hogue down the far side of the field, and he fumbled! And the Blue Jays are on top of it. Jamestown football, their own 23-yard line. Hogue just had the best carry, best play from scrimmage today for Watford City, and then he fumbled it. And the Blue Jays will now have it with 8:09 to go in the fourth quarter. 47-0, Jamestown in front. And again, the Blue Jays take the snap here, run the football a couple of times, and just keep this clock bleeding if you're Jamestown. Davies leads West Fargo 21-13 entering the fourth quarter. West Fargo is in the red zone, though, so they got a chance to tie that one up with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Mandan victorious over Williston. That has gone final. Snap for the Blue Jays, and a carry coming off on the left side for Jamestown. First carry of the day for Che. Eric Che on the carry.
Picks up 20, flag on the
Looks
play.
like we've got a flag way down the field. Ball is up to the 47. Flag is at the 42. It is a hold. Take Jamestown back to the 32, but still plus 7 yards. 1st and 3 upcoming for the Blue Jays. And again, roll the clock, guys. I mean, I just don't understand where the miscommunication is. We're under 8 minutes to go. This game is plus 30 points. Unless there's a touchdown or a change of possession, the clock should not be stopping. Kallenbach throws out right side, complete to Walls. Nate Walls bottled up right where he caught it at the line of scrimmage. And it brings up 2nd down and 3.
Walls on the reception, no gain on the play.
Under 7.5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Kallenbach runs back out onto the field here at Hanson Stadium.
2nd and 2 for the Blue Jays from its own 32-yard line.
2nd and 2. Che is the running back to the right of Kallenbach. Che gets another carry up the middle, and he keeps those legs moving. Push himself forward for 7 yards and a Blue Jay first down. I saw Eric headed into the high school today to go to the pep rally at 1:45. Talked with Coach Nelson right before, and he was doing checks before everybody went down to the homecoming rally. And Eric walked in with a hat on his head, and of course Coach Nelson inside the high school, no hats allowed. And just the conversation, you can see the personality from Eric Che on full display, and absolutely phenomenal. He gets another carry up the middle here for the Blue Jays. Che is stopped after a gain of 1.5 yards. 2nd down and 8 upcoming. It's those things, and it wasn't the only conversation that Coach Nelson had with a Blue Jay football player about wearing a hat in school.
2nd and 8, Jamestown from its own 42.
In the whole conversation, you're wearing a shirt and tie, you're representing Blue Jay football, and here you are walking around with a hat on top of your head. Kallenbach back to pass, looking left side, tucks it. Now he's looking down the field again. Now he just runs with it and steps out of bounds at the 49. Jamestown's into Watford City territory, and we're headed back down to the field to check in with the second member of our crew, Kevin Gall. KG, how is it down there?
Well, things are going pretty well. You're talking about the good games going on around the state, and I happened to go up to the concession stands at halftime, and the pizza smelled really good, but we had pizza for supper, so I didn't have any, but I'm getting ready to get done on the sidelines and go have some refreshments after the game.
Refreshments after the game. That's right, at the Elks, right? Because that's where the Hall of Fame inductees are headed, is down to the Elks Club for a social afterwards. Are they going to see you down there?
Probably not. But this is the kind of stuff I wanted to talk about at the end of the game.
Right.
You know, stuff that's not pertinent to the game, and I didn't want it to be a close game. This is what I was expecting.
Yeah, 47-0 certainly has been all Blue Jays so far. As we thank KG once again, he'll check in with Bill Nelson after the game concludes, and we'll get you that post-game interview. To wrap things up tonight, I'm sure Coach Nelson will be happy once again with the way his team has played in this second half of play, especially with that huge third quarter. 1st and 20 for the Blue Jays. They're back inside their own territory now as Che gets the carry on the ground, and he picks up 3 yards to the 45-yard line. There was a holding call against Jamestown, but this one is out of reach, 47-0, and we're down to 4.5 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Watford City's going to drop to 0-5. Blue Jays will move to 4-0. They're on the road at Wahpeton next week. Dickinson comes to Hanson Stadium on September 29th. Or make that September 30th. End of the month. Final Friday in the month of September is when Dickinson is here, 2 weeks from today. And then they'll head to Valley City the week after that. West Fargo Horace is on the schedule too. Pass out to the left side for Jamestown. Kallenbach has looked nice in that shotgun formation for the Blue Jays so far. Caleb Shealy has the reception for Jamestown. And that makes it 3rd down and 7, under 4 minutes to go. And third, Shealy to roll through Jamestown High School. Kallenbach on 3rd down and 7. Shotgun snap, back to pass. He'll float it out for Che in the flat. Che gets the reception, breaks a tackle. He's got the 1st down. Nice work here from Ryan Kallenbach. Eric Che gets the 1st down for the Blue Jays, and we tick under 3:15 to go. Right hash, 36-yard line of Watford City here for the Blue Jays. Watford travels to Turtle Mountain next week. Turtle Mountain was hosting Newtown tonight, so if they didn't get a win this evening, that'll be Watford City and Turtle Mountain squaring off for a first victory of the season. Che carries for 3 more yards for Jamestown. Wahpeton was up big on West Fargo Horace, South up big on Devil's Lake. Grand Forks Red River winning over Central Valley on top of Dickinson for the time being. Still trying to get an update from that Fargo North and St. Mary's game. 2nd down and 6 for the Blue Jays. 2:30 to go in this one.
4-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 6. Ball at the Watford City 33.
Oaks is up 29-12. Heading into the fourth quarter on Linton HMB. That's an Oaks side trying to move to 5-0. Kallenbach takes the snap with 5 on the play clock. Shea back up the middle for the Blue Jays and carries to the 29-yard line. Sets up 3rd down and about 3. And we've got an injury timeout for Watford City. So while we do, we'll step aside, come back with the rest of your fourth quarter action after this from Hanson Stadium. Blue Jays 47, Watford City nothing. It's homecoming here in Jamestown.
Where do you find the friendliest staff, largest selection, lowest prices, and the freshest produce? Hugo's in Jamestown. But what if you can't go to the store? Hugo's Family Marketplace offers online shopping. You can shop all the departments and all the sales at GoHugos.com. Choose pickup or Hugo's delivery service, and they'll do the in-store shopping for you. Hugo's Family Marketplace online shopping at GoHugos.com.
You're gonna find more low prices, more great stuff when you go to Hugo's.
When it comes to farm equipment, there's no such things as an inexpensive repair, and there's no downtime. That's why it pays to get the Cenex Total Protection Plan warranty. It gives you unsurpassed coverage with no deductible for up to 10 years, 10,000 hours. Plus, you'll be protecting your equipment with Cenex premium fuels and lubricants. You can even get the Total Protection Plan for your used equipment. Contact Gary at Creative Energy in Jamestown, your certified Cenex distributor today.
You're listening to the reigning 11A state champion Blue Jays on Jamestown 107.1.
$47-0, Jamestown leading Watford City. The injured Watford City player was Hudson Barlow, who's being helped off the field right now. He's got a little bit of a gimp, it seems, in that right leg, but being helped off by the athletic training staff of Watford City. And that'll make it 3rd down and 3 for the Blue Jays as Jamestown tries to finish this one. Peyton Hochhalter, 11 of 19, 3 touchdowns and 202 yards through the air today for the Blue Jays. Jamestown will finish over 300 yards of total offense and maybe over 350 with what Kallenbach has done at quarterback in the late stages. It's Che back on the ground, left side. He turns the corner. He has got the first down, and the Blue Jays can knee this clock out. And I think that's what Jamestown's talking about here. Jackson Walters being that vocal leader for Jamestown down on the field. Even when the game is far from over, he's still having conversations with guys who are playing in his spot. Play clock at 15. Jamestown will break the huddle, and they will run a play here. New tailback in for the Blue Jays. As Che gets a much-needed breather. It's Needlecki with a carry. Needlecki with a carry of 8 yards. Pushes Jamestown inside the red zone, and just one more play to run here for the Blue Jays tonight. Final 45 seconds of this 4th quarter. And a shutout victory this evening on homecoming will help the Blue Jays move to 4-0 on the season. Kallenbach waits. And the give. Needlecki once again on the carry. He gets inside the 10-yard line, down to the 3, and that'll be the final play from scrimmage here tonight for the Blue Jays. Jamestown wins it 47-0 over Watford City. Hochhalter didn't have to play the 4th quarter. Blue Jays didn't have to do much in that 4th quarter, but just run out the clock. Much better second half performance from Jamestown today, and the Blue Jays get the win. 47-0, your final score over Watford City. We'll have KG with head coach Bill Nelson after they go through the handshake lines, but Jamestown improves to 4-0 with the win. They head to Wahpeton next Friday. Watford City falls to 0-5 on the year.
Final score, Fargo South defeated Devils Lake 28-0.
Fargo South 28-0 over Devils Lake.
4th quarter, Fargo North 31, St. Mary's 21.
Homecoming victory for the Blue Jays tonight, 47-0 over Watford City.
4th quarter,
Blue Jays get the win, and we'll have Kevin Gall with Coach Nelson. He's at the end of the handshake lines. We thank Jet Orton for all his help tonight here running camera for us on our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page. Blue Jays get the win. Watford City, again, they're down to 0-5 now on the year. And we'll check in with Coach Nelson in just a moment. 202 yards passing for Peyton Hochhalter, and here's Coach Nelson with KG.
We got Bill here. With a slow start, Bill, I don't want to beat this to death, but do you change the routine somehow, or is it just a maturation thing?
I don't know. It seems to work pretty good when we jump them. Maybe we'll just jump them right out of the gates. Take it a little personal, the work that we put in all year long. We're a good football team. We want to play it like that all the time. And it's going to come. We're going to get there, and we're going to get there sooner rather than later. I'll promise you that. So,
well, did you get better tonight, do you think?
In some aspects, but we got to learn to come out right now. We came out, and then we got that lull. You got to have that killer instinct to put, I don't know whether you want to say it, put your foot on the throat, but it is. You got to smell blood in the water, and that's what good teams do. You shut their water off, and you keep playing, you keep fighting, and said, baby step, but we got to take bigger steps.
Exactly. Well, happy homecoming.
Thanks, sir.
Glad you got the win, 4-0, baby. And
appreciate it. I need to get you a Blue Jay football hat, too.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
I got one
we got Wahpeton next week. Happy homecoming, Blue Jays. Have a safe night.
Yes, have a safe night to you, KG. Enjoy those sodas afterwards, and we'll check in with you once again. 2 weeks from today, we will actually be carrying a feed from Wahpeton next week. Andrew Zimmel with our I3G Media Sports team will have the call of Wahpeton and Blue Jay football 1 week from today, and then we're back the Friday after that right here at Hanson Stadium against Dickinson. So 202 yards through the air for Peyton Hochhalter, 11 of 19 for 3 touchdowns. Josh Robertson with 44 yards rushing. He finished with 3 scores today, though. A rush of 13 yards, finished it off. He had a 1-yard touchdown run and a 5-yard touchdown run for the Blue Jays today. 75 yards, 3 receptions, led the receiving corps for Andrew Walls here this evening. Jackson Walters, 58 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tyson Jorison with a touchdown and 38 yards receiving with 2 catches. It was Eric Che carrying the football the tail end of this game that wrapped it up for Jamestown, but a nice start, 19-0 at the end of the first quarter. Don't score in the second quarter of play, and then in that third quarter, they came out firing again, scored 21 points. They had a touchdown in the fourth, and the Blue Jays are now 4-0 overall. 2-0 against West Region teams in 11A this season, with a win over Turtle Mountain, a win over Watford City for the Blue Jays now on the year. Watford City drops to 0-5 overall. Blue Jays, they will improve their overall record to 4-0. Number 1 team in 11A is still unbeaten, and Jamestown will try next week to keep things moving on the road at Wahpeton, Dickinson the week after that, and then to Valley City for what could be a very, very important game late in the year. You get Valley City, you get Fargo North late in this season, and hopefully things are peaking for Jamestown at the right time in the year. For those of you who joined us on our Jamestown 1071 Sports YouTube page, we thank you for joining us this evening. A big thanks to our presenting sponsors of our video stream. That's Johnny B's, Brick House, and Gun and Reel Sports. We will talk to you sometime next week on 1071 Sports on our YouTube page for more Blue Jay athletics. You can always find us at newsdakota.com for your local sports schedule. And on Jamestown 1071 AM 1400 streaming on